For years, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have reigned as the reigning monarchs of the internet's favorite celebrity coupledom. With their witty banter, Instagram roasts, and seemingly down-to-earth charm, the duo has charmed their way into the hearts of fans worldwide. But lately, the glimmer of their carefully curated image is starting to tarnish. And the revelations aren't coming from tabloids alone. Behind the smiles, sarcastic captions, and Met Gala glam, insiders, ex-colleagues, and even small business owners are whispering, and some shouting, that something's not quite right behind the scenes. It's less fairy tale, more behind-the-scenes power play. When goop dreams turn into artisan nightmares. Let's rewind to 2014, when Blake Lively decided to swap scripts for startups and launch Preserve, a lifestyle site meant to be the rustic chic answer to Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop. Think artisan soap that costs more than your rent and tea towels woven from the dreams of Himalayan goats. But while Blake claimed the site was ahead of its time, small creators and artisans tell a different story. Several have come forward, alleging that Blake's team requested samples using pseudonyms, only to vanish into thin air after receiving them until, surprise, suspiciously similar designs popped up on Preserve. No credit, no compensation, just vibes, and an overwhelming scent of eucalyptus candles. For many, it felt like creativity was being scooped up, rebranded, and resold under the Lively label. It was not a collaboration, it was intellectual theft dressed in a burlap apron. That script looks familiar. Jump to 2017. Blake was announced as the star and executive producer of The Husband's Secret, a psychological thriller based on a best-selling novel. But soon after, an indie screenwriter raised a red flag, claiming her own long-circulating script bore uncanny similarities to the production. What raised even more eyebrows? Blake's sudden credit as executive producer, a role that in Hollywood often translates to gets final say, rather than poured coffee on set. Though mainstream outlets didn't dig too deep, no one wants to be blacklisted from Blake's Christmas party. The timing and similarities gave the internet sleuths plenty to chew on. Gossip Girl drama. Let's head even further back to the glittery chaos of Gossip Girl. Blake Lively's breakout role as Serena van der Woodsen not only made headbands fashionable again, it also marked the start of what some call a pattern of toxicity. Insiders allege that Blake didn't exactly win any popularity contests behind the scenes. In particular, co-star Penn Badgley, who played her on-screen and off-screen love interest, reportedly faced the icy wrath of Blake when things went south romantically. According to rumors, she turned the cast against him faster than you could say Upper East Side. By the time the damage was done, Penn was reportedly left isolated, and some even claim that his career took a nosedive as a result. One unnamed source suggested that Blake was not just the queen bee on screen, she may have had a hand in blacklisting him in the industry too. Armie Hammer and the sudden goodbye. Next up on the alleged frozen out by Blake list, actor Armie Hammer played a brief romantic interest on Gossip Girl, but exited the show abruptly. In later interviews, he alluded to a tense and toxic atmosphere on set, even though he carefully avoided naming names. But when pressed, he confirmed he had played opposite Blake, knowing glances and nervous laughter from interviewers. Something was rotten in the state of Manhattan, and it was not just the plotlines. Set wars. It ends with us, or does it? Fast forward to Blake's latest project, the upcoming adaptation of It Ends With Us, and reports of behind-the-scenes drama are already swirling like a poorly stirred matcha latte. Sources say tensions boiled over between Blake and director Justin Baldoni, culminating in a set-wide standoff that made The Real Housewives look like Sunday school. Rumor has it Blake turned key cast members against Baldoni, and that author Colleen Hoover herself has quietly distanced from the project. The whispers? That Blake caught feelings for Baldoni, and when those feelings weren't mutual, the vibe on set went from cozy drama to high school meltdown. A Simple Favor? Not so simple. In 2018's A Simple Favor, Blake starred opposite Anna Kendrick, and let's just say the chemistry didn't carry over to press junkets. According to one producer, Blake was difficult during promotions. Others noted how visibly frosty she seemed toward Anna, particularly when Anna received more attention in interviews and media coverage. If looks could kill, Anna Kendrick might have needed a body double, fans noticed too. Body language experts, gossip hounds, and your nosy Aunt Carol all agreed there was enough tension on those red carpets to slice through a double martini. Yet, Anna stayed tight-lipped, which only added fuel to the speculation fire. Instagram unfollows and industry shade. With these allegations stacking up faster than Amazon packages on a porch, Blake's once impenetrable image is starting to crack. Her social media following has reportedly taken a dip, with hundreds of thousands of followers quietly slipping away like awkward party guests. Even more telling, industry insiders are beginning to speak up. Former collaborators, small creators, and past co-stars are distancing themselves from Blake's projects. Some have even started sharing stories they once buried under NDAs and polite silences. What used to be whispered in green rooms is now being shouted on podcasts. The Ryan Reynolds connection. Is he just as controlling? Now let's not forget the other half of this Hollywood power couple. Ryan Reynolds may be known for his quips, Deadpool suits, and casual handsomeness, but even he's not without controversy. Director Tim Miller, who helmed the first Deadpool film, parted ways with the franchise before Deadpool 2, allegedly because Ryan wanted control over every aspect of production. If he wants to run the show, he will, Miller said. It's Ryan's way, or the CGI highway. Actor T.J. Miller, who played Weasel in Deadpool, has also come forward with some not-so-funny stories, declaring he had never worked with Reynolds again after what he called a hostile experience on set. Even Morena Baccarin, the film's female lead, had her role noticeably trimmed in the sequel, reportedly following a real-life fallout with Ryan. From couple goals to career control freaks? Put it all together, and a less flattering picture begins to emerge. Far from being the goofy, grounded duo we see on Instagram, Blake and Ryan are being painted as a power couple with an appetite for control, credit, and careful image crafting. The pattern appears consistent. Small creators feel exploited, colleagues feel iced out, and sets turn sour. There's no question that Hollywood is a tough place, but as more voices speak out, people are starting to ask whether Blake and Ryan made it even tougher for those around them. Playing the gender card, or playing the game. One recurring theme? When things get tense, Blake reportedly leans into a narrative of being unfairly targeted as a woman in Hollywood, while gender bias is very real. Hi, patriarchy. Many critics argue that not every critique is a sexist smear. Former Gossip Girl producer Joshua Safran once commented that Blake and co-star Leighton Meester were friends, but not friendly Hollywood speak, for barely tolerated each other. And while Blake has often spoken about the importance of female empowerment, her alleged treatment of other women, Anna Kendrick, Colleen Hoover, unnamed preserve artisans, raises uncomfortable questions. So, is it all just gossip? To be fair, none of this has been proven in court. But in the age of social media and independent creators, people no longer need a courtroom to share their experiences, they just need a platform. And when patterns start to emerge across unrelated people and productions, the coincidences become harder to ignore. Are Blake and Ryan victims of bitter ex-colleagues and jealousy-fueled drama? Maybe. But are they also powerful celebrities who may have used that power in questionable ways? That's a lot harder to dismiss. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Hollywood's not-so-glamorous side, smash that like and don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss when the tea is piping hot. Got thoughts, theories, or a favorite Blake drama moment? Drop it in the comments. We read them all. Until next time, keep your popcorn ready and your celebrity worship just a little skeptical.